Okay, so last time I said Naira. I'm going to say Isoban this time. It must have been Isoban. She knows all the hidden locations on the ship. I see. I'm sorry to hear that, Jack. What? The charge on this mine couldn't have been sitting longer than 24 hours, and you and I were the only ones who left the ship on Morovin Station. Which means you were the only person who could have planted this mine. See, like, here's the thing that I'm not understanding. How does he know the charge could not have been longer than 24 hours? And that it wasn't sabotage? You know, he says, you know, the two of them were the only ones who left the ship. Okay. Someone else could have done something. You know, it could have been an agent on the station that did something. They could have, rolled something in when no one was looking. Yep, and then blah, 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 snap, snap, and he shoots me. Yeah, got it. Okay. She was? Alright, so we already established Riley didn't have access to it. We're going to try Emirai in this. Okay, so again, like, he's over-controlling and overbearing? Is that where we're going with this? Okay, so we're going to try Riley just to see. Okay, this should be interesting. I wanted to say it was you because I know it wasn't me. Fuck. Okay. Let's see what happens if I say it was me. Okay, so why'd you buy? Okay. And see, and then here it says that you need a spacesuit to go outside and not die. So yeah, Orion's just a douche. Got it. Okay, so with this whole series of things, I feel like the interface needs to be revamped a bit. Maybe set it up so that through conversation they work through, why it couldn't be Isoban, why it couldn't be Naira, why it couldn't be Emre, why it couldn't be Riley. Obviously, why, you're not going to say it was the captain, because, if it was him, he's going to kill you for either being the one that planted it, or for believing you were. Which then leads to, oh, it was me. Or it had to be that package, or something of that nature. Because just having the 3-3 and then 3 options kind of leaves you thinking it's a singular choice, not a series of things. And again, I feel like, needs to have a suit or something on. It's just not really the same, well, next time you ask me to risk getting killed for a birthday present, you're on your own. Okay. I haven't gotten lost quite as often lately, but it's still nice to have a little help. Not a problem. I needed to go pick up my headset anyway. It's very handy to be able to send voice commands to my pocket computer. I've learned not to put it in before I've had my coffee. Not to put in the pocket computer, or not to put in the headset? Okay, whatever. Unless I want to fill the buffer with mumbling and profanity. Is there anything I can get you to make you more comfortable? You've all been so nice to me already. That's good to hear. Report to the gallery in 10 minutes. Announcement ends. We're concerned about what happened yesterday. Yeah, well, the ship was almost destroyed. I would definitely put that under the concerned category. Intended to lock you in your quarters for the duration, but I think you've been honest with me. So I'll leave the door unlocked. Yeah, see, this is the part where Isoban should really be like, yeah, Jack, come here, stand guard, please. I'm going to lock the door, but I want to guard too. Well, you paid us. Don't mention it. Bye. By now, I'm sure you've all heard about what happened last night, but what you probably haven't heard is that we found the interdictor mine. Really was an intentional attempt to kill us? That's right. And the mine was smuggled on board before we left Morovan Station, disguised as discreet cargo. I wasn't aware we took any cargo other than Riley's luggage. It was a crew member's personal shipment. The person responsible has been disciplined, and that's a private matter between me and them. This is why all cargo shipments go through me or Isoban. And that's the end of it. So now the question is, who paid to sneak the mine on board? I don't know, but my instincts tell me it wasn't our client. If we all die in the middle of nowhere, all his money goes to waste. And if he just wanted Riley dead, he would have just told her to dump her out the airlock as soon as we left Morovan Station. You wouldn't have. No, maybe I wouldn't have. But Stavr couldn't know that. So maybe it's someone who wants Stavr to fail. That would make sense. Stavr's probably got a lot of enemies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're on that list. Maybe even other members of Rukati. That's my thought as well. But there's one more thing that doesn't add up. Riley. Her sweet painter girl performance is a little too robust. Seriously? You still suspect her after all of this? It's my job to have suspicions. Well, technically it's Jack's job, but yeah, you know, you seem pretty overbearing, so fine, I guess you could see it as your job. I find myself forced to concur. All of my interactions with her have seemed very genuine. You know, I don't think anything of it at the time, but boss, there was something. When I came to give her the security briefing, she called me out of my initial line. And a lot of her questions could have been probes of our security policy. Like she asked if she could get her quarters if she was hurt, and I told her about the override. It could be nothing, but I know what you mean. I noticed something too. At breakfast, I insulted her parents. Really, Emmy? You're surprised by that? I mean, the woman has professional bitch written all over her face. She got offended. I could just play it off as poor social graces on my part. But she didn't. The part was, she didn't ignore it or get uncomfortable. She reacted with good humor and understanding. I don't know, maybe I'm the outlier on this one, but yeah, sorry. I've had my parents call it a lot of things. And I'm not going to say, like, I reacted with good humor and understanding, but, you know, anyway, we'll see. Okay. I think that either she's exactly what she seems, or that she's a professional spy, capable of expert deflection and subterfuge. Anything other than those two options don't fit the evidence. So either your evidence is incomplete, or you've got a big problem on your hand. There is a third option, but it's vanishingly unlikely. Naira, do you think you could find an excuse to give Riley a chromatospectral scan? An unpleasant coincidence? That's one way to think about it. What is it you suspect that you think a scan would reveal exactly? I don't want to jump to conclusions, and it's probably impossible anyway. Let's just say there are technologies that can produce this kind of effect. It keeps us out of whatever's going on with Ricati, and we're blameless if anything else happens to Riley afterwards. Unfortunately, that's not really an option either. So we'll tip his hand one way or another and force whatever the real motivation behind all of this is into the light. So you want to protect the girl. I'm more interested in getting paid, honestly, and I'm still not convinced she's exactly what she seems. Ya think? Regardless, if we want to see this through, we need options. So XO, set up some scans for salvage targets. That's risky right now, I'm aware, but we need credits, and fast. Especially if one or both of these jobs is about to go sour on us. Understood. I'll go get started. Emmy, I've got some jobs for you too. Yeah? First off, I want you to set up 2 more isolated charge circuits at 4%. Huh? But we've still got the other backup circuit in reserve. 2 is 1, and 1 is none. I'm not made of circuit enclosures, dude. Find a way. One of these circuits is going to be permanent, and set up to automatically trigger if the core loses power again. I don't want a repeat of last time. Makes sense. I feel like this is something he should have set up anyway. That's going to take a while, though. You've got time. It'll probably be a few more days before anything exciting happens. There is one more thing. Changing those circuits is going to cost us a lot of fuel. And we're all running low with the long-range comm pulses we're doing. If we do this, we risk running out of fuel. Yep. Do it. Yeah, yes. We may be able to scavenge some fuel too. You got it, Captain. Jack, Naira, both of you need to prepare. If we find salvage targets, there could be hostiles or survivors in need of medical attention. Or both. Jack, this is serious. Cut the chatter. I want both of you ready to deal with either of those things at immediate notice. That means preparing weapons, medical supplies, and other gear for boarding and salvaging. We're on it, boss! Isobin will lead the team. I'll stay on the ship with Riley and Emmy. Very well. Can we continue our conversation from last night? No. Everyone else has left to get stuff done, so I suppose. How are the treatments going? So far, nothing at all. But at least you're not having any adverse reactions. Small favors, I guess. When are you going to tell the others? When I have no other choice and not before. And don't even think about going behind my back. Yeah, too late for that. I already thought about and planned it. But you're right. To decide who you tell, if anyone. It's more than that. What do you mean? How will they react once they know? No matter what, they'll look at me differently. You can't know that. Don't you have any faith in them at all? I trust them to do their jobs. And any competent crew member would see me as a liability once they knew. Such an idiot. Huh? Excuse me. You really think that they're that callous? You think Emmy would see you that way? Or Isoban? Even Jack respects you. Well, yeah, you didn't shoot him, you just took his boots. And I don't think that's trivial. And what about me? You trusted me with this. Do you really think I look at you differently? You say that like I had a choice. You did. You like to play at being a ruthless space pirate, but if you really were one, you would have killed me to protect your secret. Maybe. I've still got time. Oh, shut up. Truth is, you're fundamentally a decent person, Orion. And I've always known that. That's why I chose to stay back then. Why are you bringing this up now? Because you need to be reminded that each of us does our part. You look after your crew, but you should trust us to look after you too. Trust is hard. People make mistakes. I know. But the fact is that you'll have to tell them eventually. Excuse me. Well, I understand. You do it when you're ready, I suppose. The dosage will make it hard to sleep. Yeah, I had insomnia last night. But I'll be fine. Orion, enough. Quit mothering me and go mother Isoban instead. If she's not well rested on a salvage mission, of course, contact me if you need anything. So I now have this image of like Naira like loading a tranquilizer rifle and a normal hypo and being like, okay, we can do this the easy way or I can do this the fun way. Which one do you want it?